Summer's wildest night is back. McCrossan Boys Ranch is here to tell us about their upcoming annual Xtreme Event, Challenge Rodeo.
Are you ready to just roll with it? Ashley and I are bringing back one of our all-time favorite craft materials, toilet paper rolls, for a fun new DIY.
And Levitt of the Falls is here with Bijou Belle and the RathCo to tell us about another powerhouse weekend coming to the lawn.
And that's only the beginning. We're just getting started.
Hello and happy Thursday. Welcome to KELOLAND Living. We're so glad you're joining us for the next hour. I'm Ashley Thompson.
And I'm Mitchell Olson. We've got a show that will brighten your day.
Yes. Okay, so recently we interviewed Annalise from the Toy Lending Library, which we love, the Toy Lending Library. And when she came, she brought us a puzzle because they actually made their own puzzle.
Right.
And with taking all these different toys and taking pictures of them and putting it together. And so we put the puzzle out in our kind of our home lounge, and people did it.
They put it together, and this is the kind of puzzle that you pass on to other people. So now we will put the puzzle back into the box. We will put our name on it that says that we completed it.
Like a little piece of paper that you write your name on, and so we'll say that we did it, and we'll then have to get, who should we give it to?
Maybe the sisters. We're going to see the sisters for lunch.
You're right. We should give it to them.
Schmidt sisters would
like
like
that. The Schmidt sisters have a puzzle coming to them.
Okay.
All right, that'll be good. So we think that's a really cute idea, and I like the idea of writing your name in it and passing it on.
That is a cool, neat idea.
In fact, we should tape that into the box or something.
That's a good idea, too.
That's a good idea.
We think that the Toy Lending Library is an amazing organization, so I love the work that they do, and that was a fun little activity for us, so thanks for that.
It was, really fun. Okay.
Another activity, our producer recently told the janitors here at Kello to collect the toilet paper rolls, and we didn't realize that they had collected upwards of 30 to 40 of these.
And this is even only some of them. What happened is, what were we doing? We were looking for something. We were rummaging around behind the front desk. We were looking for tape or something. I don't recall what.
Yeah, and we saw
and we were
all
like,
this.
oh boy, we forgot this was happening. So that has reinvigorated our desire to make more things out of toilet paper rolls.
That's right.
And
so today we're going to be doing some toilet paper roll art.
Yeah, art.
Well, some kind of a DIY.
Something.
Let's say.
Anyway, that's definitely going to happen. But
it is,
I mean, the thing is, every time we do something like this, I think we got to keep collecting them.
Yeah, I know.
Because the world's kind of our oyster.
Yeah, and also I did learn of one that we didn't do that we're not going to do today, but this is one where like you actually smash these all down, you make a certain cut in each one, and then you paste them together, and it rolls out into a beautiful snowflake.
I saw that one too.
So I thought that would be great for Christmas time.
I thought we'd do that one at Christmas. We saw the same one.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. So I thought that would kind of be neat.
Yep.
And then also we have some cookies today, which I think that people have had these cookies before, but they're the no-bake oatmeal cookies that have cocoa powder in there, and you make it in a saucepan. Yeah, so I'm excited to try that because it's something that I remember from my childhood. But
yeah, well, what do you think the chances are that we get these things finished?
Pretty close to 0 chance, I think. I mean, we'll get them started. I
thought you were going to say pretty close. You're like pretty close.
No, 0.
To 0.
Yeah.
We're going to give it a shot anyway, and then we'll have. And today's a special day for the Levitt because we have live music.
We do have live music, and I love a live music show.
Live music in the studio, so this place is going to be
Poppin'.
It's going to be a good show that you're not going to want to miss at all. Particularly, I think I'm going to try to make a basket.
Good luck with that.
All right, well, thank you for that confidence.
I know.
Coming up, don't touch that remote. We'll be back in a living minute.
Grab a coffee, stretch those legs, and stick with us. We'll be right back. This KELOLAND Living segment is sponsored by McCrossan Boys Ranch, inviting you to join them for an action-packed evening of barrel racing, mutton busting, and bull riding at the McCrossan Boys Ranch Rodeo Grounds.
If you're looking for a fun way to wrap up summer, we've got just the event for you.
The McCrossan Boys Ranch Xtreme Event Challenge Rodeo is back, bringing all the thrills of a rodeo night under the lights.
McCrossan Boys Ranch's Director of Development, Luann Wolf, and its Executive Director, Christy Vastenhout, are joining us today to tell us all about what they've got planned.
From barrel racing and mutton busting to the crowd favorite bull riding, there's something for everyone. All right, thanks for being here.
Well,
thank you.
Yeah. Mitchell and I recently learned a lot more about what barrel racing is. But we still don't know how to mutton bust. So this is an event that happens every year. It's just really a fun way to have some fun and also support McCrossan. Tell us a little bit about the event.
You know, this is our 18th annual rodeo out at McCrossan Boys Ranch, and so it's really become a Sioux Falls tradition. It's a family-friendly event. It's a great one. If you don't know anything about rodeo, it's an abbreviated rodeo with just I would say, the most action-packed events of rodeo.
Okay.
So we have the Northern Bull Riding Tour coming through. We have mini bull riders, which is young guys riding miniature bulls.
Okay.
And we have mutton busting, and we have barrel racing.
Wow.
Wow, that is a lot. So the gates open at 3:30, but the entertainment starts even earlier than the rodeo, is that right?
Yes, at 4 o'clock it'll be the band Nobody You'd Know, and they'll be performing at 4 o'clock until we start the rodeo at 5, just to entertain the folks that are coming early and grabbing their concessions.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, people love the rodeo, and there's a lot of fun ways to participate and see it and get to kind of just enjoy knowing that you're also doing it for a good cause. Let's talk about where the money's going.
You know, the money goes to support the boys right at McCrossan Boys Ranch. You know, we reach out to boys ages 12 to 20 who need to find new hope for a better life. These are kids who've been abused, abandoned, maybe have gotten in trouble or just significantly behind in school, and just need a hand up. And so this money goes to support their schooling, their programs, their therapy, and everything that it takes to run the ranch.
Yeah, well, we actually recently had a chance to see all the amazing things that you're doing there, and it was really cool to see the different facilities that you've been building there and how it's really come and filled out. It's really cool.
Yeah, the campus keeps growing. The need for what we do keeps growing too. And so we try to make the programs as best as we can for the boys out there. We want them to feel like it's a real home and a real school. And this is a way for our boys to showcase where they live. They love having people come out for the rodeo.
And that's an interesting thing because people sometimes host rodeos that are for things, but this is a really connected thing to McCrossan because it is a ranch. So tell us a little bit about maybe even how the boys are involved in prepping for this event.
Yes, the boys have been helping us all week getting the rodeo grounds ready. They're helping by setting up a lot of the signs that we'll have, the banners. They're helping do a lot of the heavy lifting and preparing and making sure the campus looks pristine and clean. And they'll help throughout the night as well with running concessions, things like that. But yeah, they're involved to the hilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something called mutton busting that's going to happen. Tell us what that involves and who's eligible to be part of that.
You know, that's little kids, usually under 8 years old. You have to be under 60 pounds to get on one of the sheep. But we have sheep out at the ranch that we raise just for the mutton busting. And so they put them in the chutes just like bulls, and they let them out, and they hope that these kids make it for 8 seconds.
They hang on for dear life.
Yeah, they get judged just like a bull rider does. And so it's not just how long you can hold on, it's how wild of a ride you get.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Do you need any training for that?
You don't need any training, but you do need to have some boots on.
Okay.
And so you can't do this in flip-flops.
Okay.
And so we make sure that the kids come out, but we draw names out of a hat that night, and the top 15 kids will get to, you know, take a ride.
Wow.
That is exciting.
And then right after that, all the kids get involved in a candy toss that's sponsored by O2B Kids.
Okay.
And that'll be out in the arena, and all the kids can gather up as much candy as they can hold.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this starts on Saturday, August 22nd at 5 p.m. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And there's also a Robo-Mow raffle that'll be happening.
Yes, we have a Husqvarna Robo-Mower, which is very popular these days, and a lot of people are very interested in grabbing one of those. So you have to get raffle tickets. You can buy them in advance on our website, or you can call us. We'll even take it over the phone. And you can buy the raffle tickets there at the rodeo.
And they're 3 for $25. Like,
right.
That's really affordable.
1 for 10, 3 for 25. So yeah, you got a chance to win, and that money also goes back to the ranch.
Oh,
and
I
the tickets are really affordable for the rodeo itself at just $15. I mean, this is family friendly.
Yes.
Kids 4 to 12 are $5, and 3 and under are free. I mean, yeah, it's just something you can bring the whole family out to do pretty easily.
Definitely.
Yes.
And we encourage groups to come out, and we love seeing, you know, businesses buy tickets for their employees. It's not too late to go ahead and do that yet. We're looking for a great crowd on Saturday, and the weather is going to be beautiful.
It'll be beautiful.
Yeah, it is going to be nice.
It is, and this is a perfect thing to do. You know, school's about to start, you know, and you want to have the family come and do something fun. This is a great event for that.
Absolutely.
And while they're there, can they check out the visitor center or the store and things like that?
You know, we're going to have McCrossan booths all over the place. And so they can learn all about the ranch by checking out our booth out there. They can buy McCrossan clothing and rodeo gear. We have a lot of vendors for them to shop from. And we have homemade concessions. And so people come for the food. There are so many people who come for the food because they make homemade buns with pork loin, and we give you a real ranch-style meal.
A real ranch-style meal.
I was just seeing all the great food that you guys have, walking tacos, hot dogs, nachos, everything. I mean, that's going to be great.
Now, do you find, I know we've talked before, that you often have people come back, the boys come back year after year, and they know what a difference that it made. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, you know, this is a favorite event of our boys, and now it's really fun to see it come full circle when boys who were at McCrossan's 15 and 18 years ago are now taking their families out to the rodeo. We have a young guy who just went off to the military, and he's making sure that he comes home from California just to go to the rodeo at McCrossan's this weekend.
That's
and so
really
you know how much that event meant to those kids.
Yeah.
They felt like they were a part of it. They're so proud of showcasing their home, and they're so excited to welcome people out on Saturday.
Yes.
Oh,
And you guys have been recognized for the work you're doing, and because of the success rate that you have, I think that your numbers sort of stand out.
Yeah, you know, we can help the majority of the kids that we have out there. These kids are going on to find a better life. They're graduating. We just had 4 boys graduate from high school last week. 2 of them moving on to college. We even have a kid who has a full ride scholarship to Harvard right now to get his PhD.
Yeah.
So
That is
amazing
awesome.
things are happening at
Right.
McCrossan's
Yes.
every single day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can tell.
Plus, they know how to barrel race.
Yeah, which is something we have proven not
We
to.
do not know how
Thank
to.
you so much for being here. It's been a
Thank
great
you.
event.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
McCrossan Boys Ranch in Sioux Falls reaches out to troubled boys between the ages of 9 to 20 who have experienced conflict in their lives.
If you're interested in placement information, would like to volunteer, or make a donation to support their mission, you can reach them by phone at 605-339-1203 or find more information online at McCrossan.org.
And don't forget to get your tickets now for the Xtreme Event Challenge Rodeo. Tickets are just $15 for adults and $5 for children ages 4 to 12. Kids under 3 are free.
You can purchase tickets now at Hagel's Western Wear and TAC or at the McCrossan Boys Ranch Visitor Center. Tickets will also be available at the event on Saturday.
This KELOLAND Living segment has been sponsored by McCrossan Boys Ranch, inviting you to join them for an action-packed evening of barrel racing, mutton busting, and bull riding at the McCrossan Boys Ranch Rodeo grounds.
Still ahead, more KELOLAND Living.
Don't go anywhere.
It's no secret that Mitchell and I like to repurpose, reuse, or recycle just about anything.
And one of our favorite items to do that involves empty toilet paper rolls.
Today we're showing you how to make some things with these. We're making maybe a basket, maybe a trivet, maybe a coffee cup holder.
That's right.
And I don't know what a phone holder too?
Oh yeah, I have a phone holder to show you as
Okay.
well. I'm starting a different one right now.
Okay,
but-
what you got?
So this is actually going to be a napkin ring. Is that what they call it?
Yes.
Yes. Now, the beauty of this is that you can really use any color that you want, so you can match it really easily with whatever yarn color that you choose. And as you see, I'm just starting to wrap it around this, and it'll fully go around it, and then it'll be a perfect little napkin ring to match whatever you have going on. This could be an Easter one with this color, probably.
Okay. You're
So-
right. You could match it to anything you want to have
No.
going on.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to make a basket.
Oh yes. Now I saw that with the toilet paper rolls that you can do that just by cutting them into
Strips, and now I'm having to kind of like revisit my game plan, because I think that the problem I had the first time I tried to make it was that I used too thick of strips. So I'm
Okay.
trying it with slightly thinner strips.
Okay.
And so here, I can cut you a few too.
Yeah. Let
And
me
we'll see if it might be that these are too thin now because I cut the ones I had in half.
Okay.
But I think we're going to get the general idea if we can figure it out.
Okay. I've got some over here that I can
Okay.
use too, so I should cut them about
Well,
that.
you might want to make them a little bit bigger.
Okay.
I think I already had them this and they were too big.
Okay.
So I'm trying them
And
a
they
little
were
bit
too
small.
big.
These were too big because I didn't
Okay.
leave me any room to work with. So
I
now these
see.
might be too small, but you're basically gonna take, that might be a good size.
Yeah.
Might be still a little big, I'm unsure. That's probably a good size,
Okay.
I think. And so
Okay.
now take two and put one over the other.
Okay.
So it's like
or one
that,
over it
right?
like that. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and then if it's over, if this one's the over,
Yeah.
then put the other one that goes adjacent to this over, so it's like sort of a weaving,
Oh, right.
right?
Okay.
And then
Yep.
you take the fourth one and you make sure you go over the one that was under the last one and then in, so you kind of have a little square.
Okay, wait a minute.
And then pull it tight,
I'm
like
getting really
this.
confused all of a
Okay,
sudden.
I'm gonna help you. Ready?
Okay. No, that's not right. Well, hold on. So I have it like that.
Yeah, let me see. Okay, if you have it like this, then this one has to go over this one and in this one.
Show me.
Over.
Oh, like that over.
And then in.
Really?
Yeah. It has
That
to go
seems-
in this one. And then, watch this.
Oh, yep. And then you make that. Oh, yep. Okay, perfect.
Okay. So
Perfect.
now that you have this much,
Yes.
right? Now you're gonna take another one
Okay.
and pick a side. So I'll pick this side.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
And, no, it doesn't matter at the moment. And so this one was in, this one's in that one, right?
Yeah.
So then it has to, this one has to go in this one. So
Yep.
it's the opposite, right?
Yes, if that one is in
Okay.
that one.
And then this one would have to go outside of this one. No, inside this one.
I'm gonna steal one of these.
Okay. And then this one would have to go in it and then
Inside
over.
that one.
Okay. And then you should be able to
Let me think here.
pull
I don't know how this
This.
works.
tight.
Like,
like this.
this.
Yep. See this?
Oh, yeah, you're getting there.
Okay.
Let me, yeah, you keep going. I'm gonna try something a little bit different.
So now I've got that, like that. And then I'm going to keep going on this side. And so if that one's over, this one has to be through. And then this one has to go through this one. And then this one has to go over, under. So you just keep having to like look at it and see how does the weaving go.
Right.
And then once you get it, you pull the pull it tight on the whatever side you're on.
Yeah.
Now look at this.
Let me see. Ooh, that looks kind of neat.
Right? And so you just keep the weaving going.
Yep.
And
Now look what I did. I just made a square.
Okay.
And I figured that if you keep going like this, you can eventually make a coaster.
how did you make it into a square?
I don't know. I'll never know is the problem.
Really, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, the way I'm doing it does leave, it's kind of like a pattern, but I don't know how you did that.
I don't either.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
We'll have to reverse, let me see that.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna show me the phone holder?
I'm going to show you the fold holder really, really quick in the last minute here. Now, this one goes like this. Watch this. So you fold one completely flat.
Okay.
Okay. Then you take one corner of it.
Okay.
And you go down like this. And then when you get down to about there, you go straight over. I'll cut it from here off. Okay. And then when you have it like this, okay,
Yeah.
looks like a chair kind of, then you cut here and you cut here and you bend those two things in and get ready. You're gonna be wowed by this. And then,
Okay.
and then if you have something to watch on or something like this, you put
Yep.
your phone like so and ta-da!
Wow.
That is a beautiful phone holder. Now you can actually color the actual paper roll. You can do whatever you want, but it actually holds quite nicely and quite firmly.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
That's a really easy way to make a phone holder. And I'm still not done with my napkin ring, but I will be done by probably the end of the show.
Everything's going to be done by the end of the show. I'll tell you what's not going to be done by the end of the show.
What?
This basket. But look,
But
it
it's
is
coming
weaving.
together. It's coming together.
It is. All
I
right.
like
Well,
it.
KELO continues.
With more lifestyle to love right after the break. Remember those afternoons when you came home from school and there was a plate of homemade cookies waiting in the kitchen?
Well, today we're bringing back that sweet nostalgia with a classic treat generations have loved, no-bake chocolate cookies.
They're rich, chocolatey, incredibly fast to make and easy to make, and best of all, no oven is required.
No oven, but there is a stove.
There is a stove, so we have the hot plate going.
Okay.
Now, everybody, I would think, has had these cookies. You just don't realize you probably had them.
You keep saying that.
I know.
But like, I don't understand. Why do you think people don't know they've had them?
Well, because, I mean, everybody here seems so confused by this no-bake cookie, but I swear everybody's had them. Like,
I'm not confused.
you know what it is? You've had this kind of a cookie?
Yeah.
You have? Okay,
Yeah.
good. Well, Scott Munt, have you had this kind of a cookie?
Probably at the end.
Okay. He'll tell us at the
He's
end.
going to tell us at the end. He's here though, in case we need something,
That's
because
right.
he heard about Monday or Tuesday. What was the bad day? Tuesday.
We did have a real bad day.
really bad day this week, and he was not here to bail us out, which was a problem. Now wait, you're just going to the milk anyway.
I'm doing this anyway.
Okay.
I'm doing a half cup in here instead of
and
there.
then-
And so you're gonna get a half cup of peanut butter out of there.
And is the idea that I would use this spatula?
Yes, that was the idea. Yep, that's right. That's right. Good job. So I just put in a half cup of milk. We put in a full stick of butter. Now I need 2 cups of white sugar. And this is also, the other thing that's nice about this is these are items that you have at home, you know what I mean?
Yes.
In your pantry.
Although we still did have to go to the store today.
You're right.
And when we were shopping, several people stopped us and said, "What you making today?"
Yeah, they did.
And
They
we
really
said,
were excited,
"Find out."
weren't they?
Yeah.
Yes. So
We like that when people are
sugar.
noticing that we're out looking for supplies.
Yes, that is
How's
fun.
that?
That's great.
Dump it in?
Yep. Put all that in there. Maybe add just a dollop more.
Oh, okay. We're getting low.
Oh, on that peanut butter?
yeah.
Okay, well, I'll bring some more. I got some at home. Now, the other thing this needs is, 3 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder.
Okay.
Now, if you don't have a tablespoon, what would you use?
I would use a tablespoon. That's definitely not a tablespoon. That is maybe all 3. Should you want me to eyeball it for you?
I can eyeball this. I know a tablespoon is pretty big, so.
A tablespoon's like a spoon you eat with. That's how it got the name.
Yeah, that's pretty big, though.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Not as big as that
I just want to make
scoop.
sure it's tablespoons.
Not teaspoons. I think it's tablespoons for sure.
Yeah, I think so too, because it takes quite a bit of this, yeah. So I'll do like this. That's 1 for sure. That's 2 for sure. And this is 3.
That was like 6.
It'll be real chocolatey.
Yeah. I don't think you know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
This was the day that I wore white pants.
Oh no. This is going to get everywhere.
Wow, that does not
boy.
come out of white pants, by the way, at all.
Okay.
Okay, well, let me just show
Now,
you
do
what
you need any
next.
of these cocoa powders?
I know I have them, but I
This
do not
looks
need
like
them.
a mess.
It is a mess. You're right. I didn't realize how messy this would be.
We should have brought the shield, I think. Look at this. I don't know if
know.
they can even see in this, but look at
This
Scott.
is-
Scott, does this look like it's going to make a cookie? Look at that. What is?
Actually, we haven't added the oatmeal yet.
I know, but that is so brilliant.
But I do believe that you bring this to a simmer before we even add the oatmeal.
Okay.
So,
should I turn
crank
it
that up a
I'm
little
cranking-
bit.
Oh,
Yep. Go
It's
for
up
it.
as high as it goes.
Okay. Yeah, start stirring while I double check that.
Wait, what did you
here
say,
we
Max?
go.
Oh, okay. We're not going to relay that to the viewers.
So yeah, bring that all to a rolling boil before we add that.
Okay.
The cocoa powder, or the
Oats.
oatmeal. Yeah.
Now, why?
This,
Do you know?
And a little bit of butter too. Now, I think, a little bit of salt, not butter. I think that the other thing is that, since it's no bake, I can take back over that job if you want. Since it's no bake, I think that this is the part where, I guess it all melds together, maybe.
I guess, but
and-
technically, none of these are ingredients I know to have to be baked.
That is true too. Yeah,
Because
you're
there's
right.
no
Because they don't even have flour or
right,
anything.
There's
Yeah.
nothing heat treating.
There's
in
no
here.
eggs
No
in it.
eggs, no flour. So.
Yeah. So that is true. So it must just be how it makes the cookie maybe more firm when it has to eventually cool and firm up.
I guess you're right.
So maybe that's what the point
Well,
of it
I
is.
think, and maybe it's how you soften the oats,
Yeah, that could be too.
because you don't want to eat that dry.
Right, and they did say that you want the quick oats.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what. Yeah. Okay. Now,
Put that right there. I'm going to use this. Get this dirty.
Now, did you? Yep. Got it. Wait. What else do we need to get dirty? I got all kinds of things.
What was your question? Now, by the way, you know, we said in the opening how it's nice to come home to cookies. Yesterday, I happened to go home, and
You did
I had
not go home to cookies.
Well, I had a dentist appointment, and I went home, and I walked into my parents' house.
Oh, yeah, you
and
went to your parents'
I
house, yeah.
smelled something beautifully fresh, and it was my mom had made like a cherry cobbler type thing.
I do like it. Every time I go to your house, your mom has always made something, and it
Yep.
is always good.
Yep.
But I forgot you had a dentist appointment, so you were in Vermilion, and
Yeah, I
I
was.
thought to myself, there's no way Mark made you cookies unless they're protein.
You're
like
right.
protein cookies or something, because he's really got
He's
on
on a kick.
health journey
He
right
really,
now.
really is. Yes, I know.
But I will say, your house has, it does still smell really nice when you go in there, because he's also been on a scent investigation.
He
journey.
has.
We
He
both
really
have now.
has.
Mark has got me to also
I
go
know.
purchase it.
That is pretty exciting.
He buys things and he sends them to you, or you bring them to work, and then
Yep.
I buy them.
Yep, exactly.
So he's doing all the research
He's
for us.
doing it all for you. You're right. You are right.
I know.
Now, this,
Somebody has to.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
I know this is going to foil us. No, I got it. Okay.
30 seconds.
Now, yeah, but let me just tell you, we'll be able to have this by the end now of the show.
Okay.
Now, here's the other quick thing. Now, this hasn't come to a boil yet,
we're
so I'm
gonna
just going to
wait.
wait.
Yep.
But you'll put in 3 cups of oats into this goopy mess, and then it will turn into a cookie. I'll tell you how. All you got to do is just take a dollop of it, put it right there, and keep going. And it looks messy at first, but then it hardens, and it's a cookie, and I will show you by the end of the show.
I will believe you when I see it.
Okay.
No, I do believe you now. Stick around. We've got more fun and laughter.
Don't miss it. This KELOLAND Living segment is sponsored by Levitt at the Falls, made possible by 2026 season sponsor MarketBeat.
There's another high-energy lineup of incredible artists taking the stage this weekend at Levitt at the Falls.
With more headlining performances from artists with close ties to South Dakota, we're happy to tell you all about another powerhouse weekend coming to the Levitt.
Starting it off tonight as a share of the stage artist is Bijou Belle and the RathCo, an alt-pop indie artist from Rapid City who was recently featured on The Voice on Team Adam.
Then Thursday's headliner, Camp Comfort, also based in the Black Hills, wrap out the night with their unique and fresh reggae rock that's defined by their high-energy live performances.
Taking to the stage to open Friday night is the Mooncats, a rootsy Americana trio known for sing-along originals and the occasional cover of a classic with their own unique touch.
Friday night headliners, Pert Near Sandstone, have been making original acoustic music for over 20 years. Pulling from their Midwestern origins, they push the boundaries of what old-time bluegrass music can be, with their ethos leaning more punk than folk.
Kicking off Saturday night is the Bodie Lind Blues Trio. Bodie is a 17-year-old guitarist and singer-songwriter from Rapid City, South Dakota, who fell in love with the blues at age 10, having played over 400 live shows since then.
And wrapping up the weekend on Saturday night is Mississippi Heat, a world-renowned Chicago blues band shaped by over 3 decades of international touring, critically acclaimed by blues legends and fans alike. As you've just heard, there's yet another exciting lineup hitting the stage at Levitt at the Falls this weekend.
From high-energy rock to boundary-pushing bluegrass and Americana to classic Chicago blues, this weekend at the Levitt features some of the most exciting new voices in music from South Dakota.
Here to tell us all about it, as always, is Levitt at the Falls President and CEO Nancy Halverson and one of tonight's Levitt artists, Bijou Belle.
If you're a fan of local talent and a supporter of local artists, this weekend is sure to be the weekend to head out to the lawn and enjoy music from right here in South Dakota. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, Nancy, this is kind of a South Dakota weekend and definitely Midwest.
We love our South Dakota artists. That is first and foremost.
Yeah.
So now, did you specifically look to get a weekend where you were really featuring South Dakota, or did this all just magically work out?
You know, it all just kind of magically worked out. We knew we wanted all these folks on our stage, but travel schedules, all of that, they just are what they are.
Yes. Well, we'll talk about the whole weekend, but let's talk a little bit with Bijou Belle. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes.
yeah.
So you're from Rapid City.
Yes.
You are a singer-songwriter. You write your own music.
Yep,
How would
yep.
you describe your
The genre, it's a little mix of everything. We play pop, alt, indie, rock, kind of a mix of all of that into one.
Yeah.
Now, have you always wanted to be a musician? You came from a really musical family.
Since day one, I think I was kind of singing before I was talking, you know? My mom was like, she's a singer, I'm singing. But I come from a very musical family. All of my dad's, grandfathers, sisters, brothers, everyone's, you know, musical. So I'm in the
you
way
have
of it.
a built-in band that way.
I know.
Yes.
I'm lucky. I got lucky like that. Yeah.
You also recently appeared on a reality show
Yes.
about singing. Tell us about that experience.
I've been the biggest fan of the show my whole entire life. I've always wanted to be on Team Adam, and when I heard he was coming back, I was like, I gotta audition and I gotta be on that team, and just wished and wished and wished, and I might be biased in saying, but it's the best team.
Yeah.
Team Adam's the best team. It was seriously a dream come true, and I met the greatest friends in my life, and really, truly, once in a lifetime experience.
Now, how did that experience change you as an artist or help you grow?
I definitely think I was so nervous, I had stage fright. I was talking to you earlier, you know, pushed me to kind of be on my own. You know, I'm always with my family, and I still am, but going on doing my own thing on a stage like that really pushed me to find out who I am as an individual artist. So that was really cool. And working with Adam and kind of expanding different genres. I sang, you know, Wildflower by Billie Eilish and Die For You by The Weeknd. So very different kind of genres. So kind of expanding my taste and how I sing.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
really.
as Midwest's, you know, up and coming voices, how does that make you feel to be one of the emerging voices?
I am so flattered and so like beyond like grateful to be even called that. You know, I grown up looking up to all the local, you know, music people and going to summer nights and everything like that. So to be able to be where they are and hanging out with all the cool kids, it feels really grateful. So thank you.
Nancy, tell us a little bit about the other artists tonight and lead us into the weekend.
Sure. So tonight, Camp Comfort is also West River, and they know each other. So when we talked about pairing them, it just seemed like a natural match. So I think it'll be just to be a fun night tonight of great South Dakota musicians. Tomorrow night is Pert Near Sandstone. They have been on our stage before. They're a Minnesota band, so again, regional. They're more of that Americana, right? More bluegrass, but yet they add a little sass to it, which we like. A little sass is always good. And then Saturday Night Mississippi Heat. Their lead guitarist is kind of the Chicago blues man, so we're really excited to bring them to the stage.
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend as always. I love that. One of the things that you do is you show people and kids and everybody out there that, like you did at one point, look up at the stage and think, I wonder if that can be me, but now they can see you and say, yeah, you can, it can be me, right?
It's just so important. I mean, I love that idea of every child getting a chance to see themselves up there and feeling, like you say, if she can do it, so can I. It's so important, and you just set a great role model.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see all those people out there too, and you know, people can come bring their blankets, their chairs, and sit there and enjoy the music outdoors. It's such a cool thing. You must be very proud when you look out and see all of that, Nancy.
You know what I think about most is all the lifelong memories people are making with their families.
Yeah.
Like that is what fills my heart with joy. To think, you know, people are going to look back and say, that's how we spent our summers together, and creating that joy.
Right, and it's really, it is fun. And you know, you have the same friends that you go out and meet, and we always have, you know, it's like the Levitt season. When it comes to writing music, that to me is pretty intimidating. How do you go about getting what maybe is inspiring you or what's in your head into a music?
A lot of the songs that I write are based off my dreams. So I kind of like, I remember my dream every single day. So I'm kind of like, how can I make my daily life kind of mix with my dreams into a song in a way? I recently just put out a song called Blind Crush, and it's all about having, you know, the thrill of having a crush. I feel like a lot of pop songs we hear right now are kind of sad, and I wanted to be like, it's exciting to have a crush. It's exciting. So it's called Blind Crush, and that's recently out, and I just wrote that on the guitar being like, what's exciting in my life? What's happening? And
I love that.
Yeah.
And is it an advantage to have your family as your bandmates?
The biggest. We were talking about how, you know, because we're siblings and because we're family, we can fight and be fine 5 seconds later because you cannot get rid of me. I'm right here. So
that's a really good point. How did you go about deciding amongst yourselves what instruments you would be playing?
We got lucky when all of us just liked one and we got it. But I'm trying to get them to sing. You know, my cousin Ben, he's the drummer and he likes the drums. My brother likes the guitar. My sister likes the bass, and I like to sing. So we got real lucky with that. So.
Oh, that's really
When
good.
you're writing, do you write with the guitar? Do you use the piano at all? Okay.
I write with guitar. I kind of taught myself just like the basic chords, and then I kind of started building on from there. But you know, I was singing and I was like, I need something to back me up a little bit, and then I picked up the guitar and got that going.
Yeah, Nancy, how does it feel to be able to create an environment for somebody like Bijou to be able to share her music with Sioux Falls?
You know, it's one of my favorite things growing up as a musician myself. I was always looking for those opportunities that push you, where you can be a little bit afraid, but you know you're safe.
It's the best.
And that's what we want to always create for the artist, a safe place where they can experience and grow.
Yeah. Speaking of safe places, you were at the, you did the rally.
Yes.
You performed 10 shows there.
Yes.
Did you feel safe?
I know what I did feel safe. My dad, he has the dad cap on,
good.
so you
good.
know, with his black, outfit, he's kind of security. Then.
Yeah, that's good.
But you played 10 days in a row?
10 days in a row.
Yeah, and also, like Nancy noted in the commercial break, you have to go into a bar you're not even legally allowed to be in. I mean, you could go in the way that you're allowed to get on the stage, but like you guys are
The Loud
performing.
American is really great about that.
Yeah.
It's keeping us, they're everywhere we play is really, really safe about that. So we're lucky that we've had the opportunity to play places like that. But they really help us. We see so many people from around the world, come from Chicago all the way across the world to come down to the rally. So you see a whole bunch of people. Which is really
That's so
cool.
true.
It's great.
But you've been playing there for quite a while.
Yeah. Since I was 13, 14.
Okay.
That's great.
Wow, I can hardly imagine.
Yeah.
You're just starting out, too, so we're going to keep following along.
Yes.
It'll be great to see where you go.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yes,
Thanks for
you both.
having us.
Yes. This KELOLAND Living segment has been sponsored by Levitt at the Falls, made possible by 2026 season sponsor MarketBeat.
Stay tuned. Coming up next, we're getting to listen to the music of Bijou Belle and the RathCo.
Stay with us.
This KELOLAND Living segment is sponsored by Levitt at the Falls, on a mission to build community through music.
Quickly emerging as one of the Midwest's most exciting young voices, Bijou Belle first took the stage with her family band, the RathCo, touring across the Midwest and performing for crowds of all sizes.
Now stepping into her own lane as a solo artist, Bijou recently released her debut EP, introducing audiences to her haunting alt-pop sound and emotional songwriting.
So without further ado, here's a tease of tonight's Levitt artist, Bijou Belle and the RathCo.
Sour, sour apple, baby, are you sweet enough to come home? You're looking at me funny, is it the night we call this one? I'm taking time, doing it right in there for when you call. I'm making rhymes, going through the times we had when you left them all. Cherry, cherry, baby, are you coming home to my sweet love? It's getting kinda scary, will you come home and miss me the most? I'm taking time, doing it right in there for when you call. I'm making rounds, going through the times we had when you left them all. Am I too much? Was it not enough? Can I be a crush? Am I not your love? Sour, sour apple, baby, are you sweet enough to come home? I don't know how to see you in my dreams. You call the telephone just to see if I was up to anything. It's a problem where I fall before your feet, for the aching of belonging and that we're supposed to be. I know that you called it hard to be with someone who loved you just as much, so don't take that from me. You don't know how I've walked for miles on the street just to find you there. washes all the messed up ways. You told your mother 'cause your father was an absolute deadbeat. It's a problem when we're far before your feet. For the aching of belonging and that we're supposed to be. I know that you called it hard to be with someone who loves you just as much. So don't take that from me. You don't know how I've walked 4 miles on the street just to find you there kissing her. Maybe it's 'cause of me, 'cause of me, 'cause of me. Kissing her, maybe it's 'cause of me. Times are changing, you're off and about somewhere with your head down tonight. Times are fleeting after our last call. Will you kiss me dry? Will you hold me close again? I've waited 3 million times for you. Can you see me how I see you? Well, will it be enough for you? Can you hold me tight like you used to do? Slowly driving past the roller street light where we kissed in the moonlight. Do you hear me singing out our songs? Will you kiss me dry? Will you hold me close again? I've waited 3 million times for you. Can you see me how I see you? Well, will it be enough for you? Can you hold me tight like you used to do? As the time is passing, will you be there once again? While we're burning down, will you still love me like I can? I've waited 3 million times for you. Can you see me how I see you?
All right. Woohoo!
Great. That's
Good job.
amazing. It's going to be so great to hear the rest of your performance out on the lawn. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You can hear even more from Bijou Belle and the RathCo tonight at 7 on the Levitt lawn, followed by a performance from Camp Comfort.
As always, Levitt at the Falls concerts are free to the public. If you'd like to assist them in building a community through music, a bucket will be passed through the crowd for free will donations.
If you'd like to know more about how you can support Levitt at the Falls by making a donation or volunteering this season, you can reach them by phone at 605-271-1560 or online at levittsioufalls.org. This KELOLAND Living segment has been sponsored by Levitt at the Falls on a mission to build community through music.
What's next? Well, you'll have to join us after the break to find out.
We'll be right back.
Well, Ashley is determined to make this basket work.
How far I've gotten.
I keep telling her she's just going to end up throwing it right in the garbage.
Oh, right. Fine.
So
okay.
let's give these a try. I feel like we could pick them up, but let's just use a fork instead.
Okay.
I might need to put it into the fridge.
It'll harden up at some point.
Yeah.
Hasn't had time, but you're
I
right.
just need to see how this tastes.
Okay.
Oh, just like childhood.
This tastes like childhood. Yeah,
You remember?
Good. No, I don't, but
The peanut butter really helps.
yeah, it's good.
These
And when
are
it
tasty.
hardens up, it's even going to be better.
The kids downstairs are going to go wild for these.
Yeah, this is going to be a treat for sure.
It really is.
Yeah, we're not going to. They're not
I
going to
like
leave
that.
any.
They're chewy and they taste really delicious.
And pretty easy to make.
Yeah, quite easy. It only takes a couple minutes on the stovetop. Well, we hope that you had as much fun as we did over the past hour. From our home to yours, thanks for joining us.
Until next time, keep living your best life in KELOLAND.
Content segments during KELOLAND Living were paid for by the following: McCrossan Boys Ranch,
And Levitt at the Falls, with a special thank you to today's musical guest, Bijou Belle, and the RathCo.
KELOLAND Living set furniture is provided by Billy Arthur Design Studio in Sioux Falls. From timeless classics to modern statements, Billy Arthur Design's curated selection ensures that every piece is not only beautiful, but also of highest quality. The premium flower arrangements that beautify the KELOLAND Living set each week are provided by the Flower Mill in Sioux Falls, helping you honor life's special moments since 2006.